Hey, this is Genovese for Communications 111, my persuasive speech. This is my speaking outline, and this is my visual aid. So it's your 18th birthday, and you think, I must have some luck today. It's a big day for me. You've been waiting to do all kinds of things that you never have been able to do before. So you decide, I'm going to go to the gas station and buy a lottery ticket. And while you're there, you're about to walk out the door and you think, hey, I'm 18 now, I can buy cigarettes as well. So you buy a pack thinking, what's the harm? I can try them and then I can just quit. No big deal. So years go by and you're still smoking and you find out that you're pregnant. And you have no idea the harm that you've already caused your body and that of your growing baby. So today I'd like to talk to you about what is in a cigarette, why you should quit before you even consider getting pregnant, inform you of statistics related to smoking and pregnancy, and future complications that can harm your child. Let's start by talking about what is in a cigarette. Most people believe that cigarettes are made up of only tobacco. However, according to Health Literacy, which is the health department, there are 4,000 chemicals in each and every cigarette. So let's talk about some of these chemicals. Health Literacy teaches us that 51 of the 4,000 chemicals are considered to be carcinogenic, which are linked to certain types of cancers. And my visual aid is here. One of the other carcinogenic chemicals are carbon monoxide, which you may be thinking, well, I breathe that every day. That's actually carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide is actually found in car exhaust. Nicotine is also a strong poisonous drug. It is the main ingredient in most insecticides and bug sprays. And in pure form, one drop on someone's tongue could kill them. Arsenic, which is found commonly in your home, however, it's usually in the form of rat poison. And formaldehyde, which everyone I'm sure has heard of, is usually used to keep dead bodies, preserve dead bodies, but it's not something that most people would think you inhale when smoking. Several other chemicals are made up in it as well, but I'm sure you're getting the picture of how unappetizing cigarettes really are. And this was from Health Literacy of Massachusetts. According to Health Literacy, if a person was to actually eat an entire pack of cigarettes, they would die. Now that you've learned about all the household products that go into cigarettes, let's talk about reasons why you should quit before becoming pregnant. Most people do know that smoking is bad for their health and is linked to causing cancer and heart attacks. However, what they may not know is a lot of other serious illnesses and diseases that it's linked to. It's the single most preventable cause of death in the United States. According to Consumer Health News, smoking kills more people every year in the United States than does alcohol, car accidents, AIDS, suicides, homicides, fires, and drugs combined. It kills over 435,000 people, or 1 in 6 deaths, every year. Smoking causes bronchitis, which is an inflammation of the lungs, which in turn will cause poor breathing and increased coughing. With a growing fetus, however, they start taking up more space in your torso and your lungs will not be able to expand as fully as they should, and smoking alone will decrease that option for you. Smoking is also linked to speeding up osteoporosis. So if and when you do decide to get pregnant, you put on weight, which causes more strain to your bones that have already been previously weakened. Heavy smokers also increase their chance of getting peripheral vascular disease, which is a disease of the arteries that leads to the limbs, arms, and legs. And the arteries actually get narrower and narrower as the disease progresses. As a result, not enough oxygen-rich blood is getting to your arms and legs. So walking and getting exercise while pregnant would become more and more challenging. One can also only speculate if your arms and legs aren't getting enough oxygen-rich blood. How do you know your fetus is? Smokers also have a great chance of getting stomach ulcers. Ulcers are sores in the stomach which can bleed and become very painful. And according to National Women's Health Report, they suggest that during pregnancy you intake an extra 300 to 500 calories daily. And with ulcers, that would be a challenge due to increased pain. So now you know down and dirty about smoking and how it might affect you. Let's talk about what effects it will have on growing babies. If you ask a woman if they should smoke during pregnant, most will say no. They understand the health risks to their child. However, according to the National Women's Health Report, an estimated 18% of women smoke while pregnant. Only about 1 in 4 women who find out they are pregnant while being a smoker quit once they do. Reasons why most women do not quit smoking have to do with unemployment, educational status, being unmarried, and their age. Smoking during pregnancy is responsible for 20 to 30% of low birth weight babies. That equals 53,000 children a year. And by low birth weight, I mean less than 5.5 pounds. That's according to Pediatrics for Parents. Smoking also contributes to 14% of preterm deliveries, which most people know a full-term pregnancy is 40 weeks. Smokers have deliveries usually 6 weeks early. Babies' lungs are not developed at that point. The nicotine in cigarettes may cause constrictions in the blood vessels of the umbilical cord and uterus, thereby decreasing the amount of oxygen available to the fetus. Nicotine also reduces the amount of blood in the fetal cardiovascular system. 10% of infant death is related to smoking, and that smoking throughout pregnancy decreases the amount of fetal oxygen by 25%. Smoking also increases a woman's risk of miscarriage by 24%. According to the CDC, there are definite relationships between smoking and several types of congenital heart defects. Maybe you're sitting here thinking those percentages are not that significant, but have you thought about the long-term effects that smoking can have on children, even out of the womb? Let's touch on that. So after your baby is born, it may seem healthy, but as time goes by, it may develop several health problems. A smoking mother's baby might die within the first year of life from sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. It's the sudden, unexpected death of a baby who seems healthy. The CDC states that compared with unexposed infants, babies exposed to secondhand smoke are twice at the risk for SIDS. And infants whose mothers smoked before and after pregnancy are 3 to 4 times the risk. Family Practice News did research that shows children of smoking mothers have an increased risk for asthma, which is a respiratory condition where the airway can become inflamed and be closed off. It's one of the highest health problems in children born of mothers who smoked, and on average every year 15,000 children have been hospitalized from asthma-related conditions. According to the Relay Clinical Education, many children will develop learning and behavioral problems, and infants and children are higher risk of developing colds, pneumonia, ear infections, and other lung complications. Parents as well as children should remember that they are role models for children. Children copy what they see. They learn many things like smoking by watching adults. I may have caused you to never want to smoke again, and that was completely my intentions. Not only does smoking have health risks to you, it is extremely dangerous for your growing baby during pregnancy and throughout childhood. Today alone, 41 children will become hospitalized for a condition related to its mother smoking during pregnancy. The number does not have to be that high. Ms. Corona, Master of Science in Nursing and Executive Director of CARES, a program in Arkansas, stated in the National Women's Health Report that what is the best way to get a woman motivated to quit smoking? An ultrasound. If we can make that baby real for her even before she feels the baby move, it's the best way we found to help her change.